Hello guys, I'm Louise. Welcome to my channel and also welcome to my room. This is where I work. This is my home art studio. And today I thought I'd just show you around, show you where I work and all of the stuff that I use. And hopefully it can be interesting. So yeah, let's get started. So here's my room. This is where I work. And let's just take it from left to right, I guess. Here's my little yoga space, because this is where I do my yoga. It's the best place in the house for it, because I have my Wi-Fi speakers here for my music, and it's a nice, beautiful private space. So this is where I do that. And here we have, I use this as a sort of a staging spot for paintings. These frames are, I remove the glass pane from them because if you've ever tried photographing watercolor paintings, you know that it's almost impossible with all the reflection and stuff. So yeah, I just place the painting right on top. This is just sort of like a white paper in the background. And then I take photographs of it. But right now these are just a few of my discarded paintings that I have as decoration here. So, and then there's the clothesline of paintings. This is where I hang my finished artwork of the day or the week. And you've also seen my entire collection hang here before, my bird portraits. And this is something that really changed my life, because before I became an artist, I was mainly a writer and a web designer, and I guess you call it an information worker. And so, you know, everything I did was digital. My to-do lists and my Word documents and everything was digital, and I was working all day, but at the end of the day, I just didn't feel like I'd done anything. Like I had nothing to show for it. And yeah, when I started painting and I started just hanging everything I made on this wall, and it was so satisfying. It's satisfying seeing something you've made just manifested in reality, I guess, as a reminder that you're making progress and you're creating things. So yeah, this makes me happy. Here's a little blue tit that I made in oils that I was actually quite happy with, so I decided to let it live there. Now here is my little cutting station, cutting and stretching station. This is where I straighten and flatten and stretch my watercolor paintings. This is actually just a cutting board from the kitchen. It's really heavy. I've dropped it on my fingers quite a few times, so I know that. And this is just a glass pane from a photo frame. So when I have a Buckley painting, I lay it face down here and I spray some water on it. And then I take this cardboard, put it on top, and then boom, I just let it lay there for like 10 to 15 minutes until it's nice and flat. Here I have some canvases. I think this one is, yeah, this one is an acrylic painting that I made for the art courses that I took last spring. And this is one, I think was one of the final paintings of that course. It's two wood pigeons preening each other or whatever they're doing. And we also have, yeah, this was another class project. It's a Rembrandt style self-portrait that I thought was quite fun to make. And I'm actually working on a similar one for my fiance, because I thought it'd be fun if we have matching self-portraits. and look like total narcissists. So yeah, this is actually a daylight lamp, I think is what it's called. It's not really connected right now, but yeah, it's two really strong LED lights. That's good for photographing artwork. I've tried using it as a working light, but it's really too bright and just creates these really strong glares on the paper, but it's neat. It's practical in some cases. And then we have storage. Let's see what we got here. We have some watercolor swatches. We have a light panel, lots and lots of tape of different kinds. Here I have my watercolor paper in various sizes and types, and scrap pieces for trying out colors and things. Some drawing paper, some little sketchbooks. And here's the acrylic and oil pads and canvas panels. Oops. Oh no. Here is my portfolios. So this one is for larger works. I think I have some charcoal drawings here. Yeah. Ooh, this is one of my favorites. I love that crow. I need to make more charcoal drawings because it's really, really fun and messy. It's also really messy. I guess that's why I haven't made any in quite a while. And then I also have, I keep my A4 paintings in this. So here are the bird portraits right now. This is where they live. And I find that this is a really neat place to store paintings of this size. Keeps them protected and somewhat flat and orderly. And then here, I think we have some packaging stuff. Yeah. So in here, some more regular pens and stuff, office supplies. Just invoices and boring stuff. Some reference books and notebooks. And down here we have some actual art supplies. One of those tear off palettes. We have some gesso, we have some acrylic. Here's where I keep all my acrylic paints. I actually absolutely despise acrylics. I didn't think that through when I started that art course that I took. One of the art courses that I took was in acrylics. So I had to deal with that for a few months, but it taught me lots of things. Here we have some charcoal crayons and lots of pencils in here. Charcoal powder. Wow, that stuff is messy. This is linseed oil for oil painting. This is another type of medium for my water-mixable oils. Masking fluid, which I rarely use, but it's nice to have. And this is actually a watercolor varnish that I have never used because I guess I was scared off by all of the scary symbols on it. It's flammable and it kills fish and stuff. I just didn't feel like using it, but yeah, you can varnish your watercolor paintings if you want to frame them without glass, for instance. We have some line charcoal. And here we have Pens, lots of pens, ink pens, markers, Copic markers. Yeah, I'm not really a marker person, but I had a period where I thought I might become a marker person, so I bought all the markers. And now they just sit here. Maybe I will try them out someday. And here we have some other watercolors. This is actually just a porcelain tray that I use for watercolors and gouache. I think it's really neat. And all the brushes, lots and lots of brushes. A toothbrush, a bristle brush, and any kind of brush imaginable. A water brush, and sponges, a calligraphy brush. I like this one, it's cool, but it releases so much hair that I can't really use it. And apparently I also have some sculpting tools here that I don't think I've ever used, but I'm definitely planning on using them. There's also some actual clay there. Yeah, I go through periods where I really hoard art supplies of different kinds, and then I just don't end up using them. So here we have my sketchbook. This is my primary drawing sketchbook, and I try to sit with this every night, every evening, and just sort of practice birds and also portraits sometimes. Those are the things that I enjoy most. So I mean, this is another video, a sketchbook. I might do a sketchbook tour at some point, but I don't feel like my sketchbook is interesting enough right now. Maybe I will never think that it is, but yeah, if you want a sketchbook tour, just ask for it and I will give it to you. And then I have my iPad and my Apple Pencil. This is really fun. I'm actually getting into digital art again. I used to experiment with it a few years ago, but then I sort of wanted to get away from the screens, so I haven't really done that until now, and now I use it for practicing using color and trying out different styles. So this is just a really simple still life study. Just trying out different brushes and practicing basic art concepts. And yeah, it's really fun. It's really fun. I'm gonna do a video about that soon, how I use it, because I like to scan my analog sketches into Procreate and make art with it. It's really fun. Can combine traditional and digital art in that way. So let's look at my little computer station. So this is a contraption that I've made. It used to be some kind of desk lamp, and I just cut off the cords and the actual lamp, and I put some, this is one of those iPhone clamp things that I just never managed to get to work. So I just took it apart and I fastened it with some tape. And this is where I record most of my art videos. I turn on my studio lamp, which is insanely bright. It's like dentist chair bright. And then I put my phone here, and then I use this space. So that's why I have my watercolor tools here right now. And then some nice decorations. This is actually me and my mom. And this is an art book. This is my biggest idol. A Swedish watercolor artist named Carl Mortens, who is insanely talented and makes, yeah, you can definitely see how I'm influenced by him. He really has this really loose style. He uses calligraphy brushes, and yeah, he paints these birds just completely out of his imagination because he knows them so well. He has studied birds his whole life, and so he doesn't use reference photos or anything. He just creates this magic anyway. So, oh, look at that. Yeah, he's my biggest inspiration. And another one of my inspirations is this guy, John Muir-Laws, I think, John Muir-Laws. So this book has been really helpful for me. This is what I used in the beginning when I really wanted to learn how to draw and paint birds, because you get to learn all of the anatomy and yeah, how to draw birds in different poses and how to draw different details of birds. And he also has a YouTube channel. There are lots of lectures and workshops with him online on YouTube if you search for it. Really recommend that if you are into birds. And what else do we have? We have gouache. And we have some watercolor tubes, some ink, which I am soon going to be doing way more of since we are getting closer to Inktober. Here's some white ink as well. And this is 2 types of salt. I don't really use salt that much in my watercolors, but I've experimented with it and I think it's kind of cool. My eraser collection. That is some more ink and some sponges and some masking tape, I think it's called, artist tape, masking tape. In here we have some, let's see if I can open this. That is vine charcoal. And then of course we have all of the oil paints. These are the water-mixable oils that you've seen me use. Of course, paper towels is a must. We have some blending stumps. Here are all the pens and pencils that I use most frequently, that I want to have at hand. And these are the brushes that I use most frequently. Of course, the brushes that I use most frequently are these 3. I almost only use these 3. And this is the Winsor & Newton set. And yeah, I guess, oh my god, let's turn this off. It's horrible. I don't think there's much more. Oh yeah, there's some more storage here. I have some extra, some cleaning stuff and some more paper towels. This is where I keep sort of my finished paintings and sketches. I think this is a still life that I made for one of the art courses. It's also an acrylic painting that I think turned out pretty nice. So I think Yeah, underneath there is just a bunch of drawings, and then here's where I dump all of my watercolors. Yeah, I should probably organize this better. I know this is not optimal, but yeah, I'm lazy. I just want them away somewhere and not have to think about it too much, so. And this is my other little MacGyver sort of contraption. This is where I record my voiceovers. So it's just, and this is one of those, I don't know what you call them in English. It's, you sit on it. You sit on it and you can also store things in it. So it's a really cheap sort of little chair or something. And this is just some sitting cushions. And so when I'm recording voiceover, I put this thing here like that, and then I just stick my head in here, and I lay my iPhone here and I just stick my head in here and I record my voiceover, and it works surprisingly well because it removes like it makes it a good recording environment. Removes a lot of the noise and hum and that sort of thing. So yeah, it works. I mean, I don't have a wardrobe full of clothes here. That's another method that a lot of people use. Gotta work with what you have, right? And there we have it. That was my room. Hope you liked the little tour. Nice of you to drop by, I suppose, virtually. And yeah, if there was something that you saw that I didn't mention, or if there was something I mentioned but didn't put a link to, just write me a comment and I'll take care of it. And otherwise, yeah, thanks for spending time with me today, and see you in the next video.